What's up, guys? Welcome back, man, to this special edition of Terrible Towel Tuesday. Obviously, it's not Tuesday, but this is the pregame. I'm going to start doing this. You guys asked for it, so here it is. And it's not going to be long at all. We're just going to do some quick hits, some keys to victory, if you will, against the Minnesota Vikings, coming up this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern at Heinz Field. Now, the Steelers are very, very good, man, with their home opener. We haven't lost a home opener in a long time. I think not since 2013, I believe, against the Titans. Same game, I believe, when Marquise Pouncey got torn up. So yeah, it's been a long time. Everyone expects a win. But let me let you know something, man. It's going to be a tough outing against the Minnesota Vikings. If anybody watched the Vikings play on Monday night, you saw very clearly what they bring to the table in terms of defense. Now, we know it's a Mike Zimmer-led team. We know all about Mike Zimmer, when he was with Cincinnati and etc. So we know what type of defense to expect. We're going to have to be very careful. The keys to victory against the defense is we're going to have to stay balanced. Now, understand that we didn't run the ball as much against the Cleveland Browns. We can't afford to do the same thing against the Vikings, and here's the reason why. They have a nice looking pass rush from what I saw. Now, they were going up against the Saints, but again, the Vikings defense has been in the mix for the last couple of years, so we know they're good. We can't be holding on to the ball. We can't be dropping back 40 times in the game. We have to get a balance going. We're going to have to find ways to get Le'Veon Bell involved early and often and stay balanced, because there's opportunities for the Steelers to take advantage of the secondary of the Vikings. Two guys in particular. I'll say two guys. Trey Waynes, which I like Trey Waynes coming out of college. He's an up-and-coming, but, he's subject to get beat from time to time. He makes some wrong decisions, gets spun around from time to time. So I think there's an opportunity with the matchups that we can create on the outside against Trey Waynes, or if Trey Waynes is in on a nickel down. And then Terrence Newman. Here's another guy, 39-year-old cornerback, still has his speed, but come on, he's still Terrence Newman. We all know even when he was in Dallas, Terrence Newman has never been the best cover guy. He just has speed to recover. We're used to this guy from when he was at Cincinnati. We've seen it before. So those are two guys I think we match up very well with our receivers, whether we're in 4 wide or we're in a 3 wide set, what have you. With Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, probably will see some, opportunities again this coming game. Eli Rogers, Martavis Bryant, and etc. All right. Now, the guy that we definitely want to keep an eye on, two guys in particular as far as secondary. Definitely want to keep an eye on my guy, Xavier Rhodes. I'm a Nose fan, so I know all about Rhodes. Tough guy, physical guy, big in stature. So he's probably going to be on that number 1. He's probably going to go up against, obviously, Antonio Brown, and we'll see how that plays out. But there's other guys who are going to have to win their matchups. We also want to take a look at Harrison Smith. Love Harrison Smith as well. Love the way he plays the safety position. We're going to have to take a look at that because we know Roethlisberger sometimes struggles down the middle of the field, particularly against cover 2 for whatever reasons. And maybe it's just certain teams that run cover 2 against him. But he has had some troubles in that regard, especially when going against the Bengals. You're going to probably see a similar situation with the Vikings defense. Going to have to be careful down the middle of the field, taking shots at Harrison Smith. We're going to have to be careful there. And they have, a good core of linebackers as well, guys like Barr. We're definitely going to have to be on our toes. This defense is coming to play. All right, so offensively, we need to stay balanced. We're going to have to stay balanced. I think the Steelers have the edge, offense versus defense, with matchup capabilities if we stay balanced. If we don't, could be a very long night, could be a sad day for the Steelers fan base. Now, in terms of defense, let me tell you something. They may not have these off-the-chart receivers, but I like Stephon Diggs. I like that guy Thielen, man. Thielen is a big body and has, some hidden speed as well. I didn't even notice. They said the man ran a 4.4 at his combine. That's pretty fast in the NFL. I mean, 4.3 is world-class speed, but 4.4, you still rolling. And being that big, we saw what he was able to do against the Saints. And again, no disrespect to the Saints, but maybe the Saints team is not the team to really measure, but you can still see capabilities. Gonna have to be careful with those two guys, all right? And Rudolph. Tight ends have given us a problem down the middle of the field. The middle of the field is the area that still is struggling most as far as coverage or secondary, whatever you want to call it. Dalvin Cook, here we are again, back to my nose. This guy looks very, very fast in the NFL. You saw that he is no nonsense. Once he gets to the outside, he turns on the jets. We're gonna have to maintain our gap integrity and contain the edge and everything. We gotta win those battles to keep Dalvin Cook where we want him, so hopefully somebody else is there to make a tackle. You would think somebody like Ryan Shazier has enough speed to play sideline to sideline, or at least, keep that middle area contained, as long as we contain the outside and don't give him any open lanes on the outside to cut on his jets. Now here's the other guy, Bradford. Now Bradford has always gotten a bad rep because, he gets hurt a lot. But this dude, when he plays well, and you see how razor sharp accurate he was against the Saints. We're gonna have to be careful. We're going to need to play a lot of man coverage. Now you can't stay in man all day, I understand that, but as accurate as he was, we're not gonna be able to afford to stay in zone or play a lot of zone against Bradford if he's accurate like that against, the Steelers on Sunday. We're gonna have to get some hands on receivers, get some jams at the line, get some trail techniques going, bump and run, etc., etc. You're gonna have to plaster, your guy, stay in his hip pocket, and hopefully that'll give the boys up front enough time to get to him. Again, I'm assuming Stephon Tuitt is probably not gonna play. Bud Dupree has been limited so far this week. We'll see how that goes, but if we can get some pressure, play some man coverage to, make those windows a little tighter, then I think we'll be successful. But again, this is a game that the Steelers could very well lose. The Minnesota Vikings are a nice, solid team. They showed it Monday night. Again, however you want to rank the Saints, I understand that. But even if you're not looking at the Saints, they still showed you what they're capable of defensively, and now all of a sudden with Bradford, offensively. You cannot underestimate these guys. Bradford's accuracy was off the charts. And again, Thielen and Diggs. And Sean Davis is familiar with Diggs. They played together. But we know our defense. We're up and we're coming along. We're getting better, but we're still in that struggle spot. So this is going to be a huge test for our Pittsburgh Steelers. But again, like I said, if we can maintain gap integrity, play a little more man coverage to, get up in the face of the receivers, no free releases or anything like that, try to maybe even jam the tight end, I think that's going to help the boys, get the pass rush going. We can have some success there, all right? Offensively, going to have to maintain balance. Cannot get in situations where we're passing. Cannot get behind the chains. Gonna have to get Le'Veon Bell involved, both pass game and run game. And I think the Steelers can edge out a win. I think this is gonna be a very tough game, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I think whether we win or lose, it's gonna be a great test and a great measure for where the Steelers are or where the Steelers need to go. All right, so those are my thoughts, guys. We'll see what happens on Sunday. And hey, I'll give my thoughts on it on Tuesday for the normal edition of Terrible Towel Tuesday. All right, guys, so hope everyone enjoys their weekend and enjoys some football. And hey, if you're a fight fan, make sure you check out that fight. I'll be talking about that today as well. All right, man, so if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, cut on your notifications so you're fully aware when a video is available. And I promise, it will never hurt you to hit that like button. All right, until next time.